Chesapeake Bay is the largest estuary in the United States. And it's home to a fishery I've dreamed of since I was a kid. We got invited to fish with Captain Andrew of Sashimi Sportfishing and spent 2 days searching for the elusive cobia. Getting multiple shots at fish on top water, casting baits at them, casting lures at them. Their morphology is unlike any other fish. They're very unique. What's going on, guys? Victor here. We are in Virginia going after a fishery that I've wanted to do for a very long time. We got Captain Andrew of Sashimi Sportfishing. We got Jordan.
How's it going?
And we got Stanley.
With his 600 milligrams of caffeine.
So we're gonna be headed into the bay and looking for 2 fish on this trip. Dennis and I flew up last night. Missed our flight the first time, but we're here. And we're gonna be going after giant bull redfish and some cobia. 2 fish that we don't get a lot of in Florida.
Cobias come here from Florida. They migrate here to mate and reproduce. It's like one of the only states where you target cobia. They sit on top of the surface the whole time. Like, I know in Florida, they sit on wrecks and stuff like that. Where here, we literally drive and out into the bay and you literally see them like cruising. Just, there's no rhyme or reason. They just are looking for another pair to mate with, or they're just going to lay eggs.
We're gonna have a good day.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
What'd you see, 2 floating up top or something? All right, boys. We didn't even get to the fishing grounds and Stan's already on.
The 45-incher with it. The one that he hooked is probably right around like 48 inches.
You threw out another line to the other one, or? Yeah.
We were running, they just caught the corner. I'm like, turn, turn.
So what'd you guys see? Just 2 fish floating on top?
Yeah, we were running and I look in the corner of my eye. I'm just seeing them coming down a wave.
And this isn't even where we're supposed to be fishing yet.
Yeah. We still got another 4 or 5 miles to go.
Woohoo!
There's a pre-warm up right here.
Yeah.
So
Appetizer.
they get giants up here. Typically, what in comparison to what they get, a 60-pound fish, that's a good fish up here. Remember how to saltwater fish, Stan?
Well, you know it.
You got 600 milligrams of caffeine running through your veins.
We're only at 200 right now. The power and the head shakes is already impressive.
That's a nice one for sure.
It's up to y'all if you want to box this.
No, let's release this one. All right.
Open the bell on the right, open the bell.
Dude, that thing is fat.
We're off to a fantastic start.
That's like a 47-inch fish.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Good one, yeah, sure.
No way, that's impressive. Y'all got good eyes up there. Yeah, quick release.
And the hook came out just like that. Look at that! Not even 9 a.m., boys. Already hooked up on Sashimi Sportfishing. Check that out. They hooked this fish from the tower. I saw we were running and they just did a 360, cast it at it. Not even 5 minutes, we got a cobia in the boat. Should be an epic day.
What'd you think?
Epic day.
Off to a great start.
So the limit in Virginia is 2 fish per boat. So we're gonna harvest this one because you don't want to get greedy. Sometimes you go out and you don't find another fish. So we're gonna keep this one for safekeeping. Come on, hold that puppy. That's your fish. It ain't a bass.
Good little arm workout.
She's still a little green.
Yeah, where's the bat? This is a little ridiculous.
Yep, about
Perfect eating fish.
40.
So usually that's the size we like to take when we take out clients and stuff like that. We try not to over harvest or try to keep anything too big, because the bigger they are, the more likely they're a female and they're gonna be loaded with eggs. So we try to do our best with conservation here. We try to let the big ones go. I know it's hard for guys in Florida. They get like a 50, 60-inch fish and they're like, oh, we're gonna keep this one. But here it's not like it's super common, but it's not like down in Florida where it's rare.
Yeah.
So we try to do our best when it comes to conservation, just because we know how many eggs. So most of the time we do bleed all these cobias for our clients. It's a better finished product. Cobias are very bloody fish. When you take the time to bleed them, your finished product is just so much better. Your clients they always text me saying, wow, I can't believe how good the cobia tastes, because they've had them before. But when you bleed them, you take the extra time to just bleed your fish and take care of it. It really goes a long way.
They said that it's the Florida log. It's Stanley. Every single time I fish with my boy Stanley, it's a banger video or a good fishing day. A couple years ago, we had one of the most insane land-based shark fishing bites where we caught, I think it was like 11 hammerheads and 2 tiger sharks. Stanley was there. Epic trips in the Keys. Just a lot of good memories with this guy.
Yeah, I love it. Every time I get a chance to fish with Victor, I'm on that like white on rice. Like, we gotta be out there. If it's sashimi, we're out there, we're eating.
Nah, I mean, there's somewhere we can go all the way to 1 o'clock without seeing a fish. I mean, it's like clockwork today. It's gonna be a great day. Seeing them come out of the inlet like that.
And they're feeding.
Yeah, they're feeding, which is very rare. You throw it the first fish and you actually catch it.
Okay, so here's the game plan. What the guys like to do up here, it's crucial to have a good tower so you can see the cobia on top. We're looking for a dark blob. He says a lot of times they're mixed in with big schools of cowno rays. We got our bait in the bucket. We got a cobia jig right here just in case. And we're just scanning the horizon, looking for anything that stands out. I'm just gonna basically pitch the bait to them. You guys know me, I freak out on popper fishing, anything visual. I love when you can see a fish eat. I don't think there's anything more exciting for a fisherman than making that perfect cast, reeling it into their face, and then meeting it on top. It's open, it's open. Damn, that one swam straight into the boat. We almost didn't see him.
Yeah, it's all good.
They do that a lot of times.
They do a lot of times.
They're just very curious fish.
Yeah. They'll come right up to the bait, they'll nose up to it, and then they realize that, oh, okay, we're not hungry. We'll just move on.
A telltale sign if they're gonna eat it though is you'll watch them flare their peg fins.
Yeah.
They flare their peg fins, I mean, it's almost guaranteed.
Or their
they're gonna
dorsal fin
smash
shoots
it.
straight up, and you'll see the line on the side of them. It's like, kind of like where a marlin flares up. You see all the colors flare up.
Oh, right there in front of us.
I see it.
We got eyes on one. We're slowly creeping up to it. It's swimming away from us. It's a real balancing act of having a good captain being able to drive the boat and not spook the fish and getting that perfect cast on him. Short of him. Turn to the right. Come on. No, not hungry.
Nope, she's in a spawning mood.
Oh, she's running away from the bait.
The bait turned.
Yeah. So that's probably, I'd say it's about a 40-inch fish. So it's probably a male. Look, he's in here looking for a female, and doesn't care about anything in the world but
straighten that
female.
hook up in that fish, that bait fish. Oh, that's bird. That's a large one.
Go ahead and get on the bow with that
very front of the boat.
It's because we're gonna cut it off right here, and you're just gonna pitch it right in front of its face. When you see this fish, get ready.
See it? Right here on the bow. To the left, come right here in front of you now.
Got it.
Wind it back in and get another cast on it. Don't be afraid to swing that bait. Perfect.
Turn. Bait's off.
Casting the bait off.
Yeah.
That was probably like, that was another decent one. 48 inches, 49 inches.
As you guys see, this is a really big sight fish fishery. You got to have a good pair of sunglasses. I always stress to you guys, your time on the water is so much more enjoyable. I rock Waterlinkos, have been for the past 2 years. Absolutely love them. They have glass lenses, they got plastic lenses, men's, women's sunglasses, children's sunglasses, prescription, and yeah, you guys can actually save 15% off. Use my code LANDSHARK. I'm gonna have it linked below. They got you covered, and I can honestly say it's the best pair of sunglasses I've ever owned. I used to wear Smiths, Costas. Doesn't compare. I'm telling you, once you put a pair of these on your face, you'll never go back.
Even Stanley's got some nice.
I'm rocking them.
Compliments of it.
Absolutely.
You know what? You could keep those.
I traded
That's
my
your gift.
Capt in for these today, and I'm not disappointed.
Seeing a lot of those cow nose rays. They're scattered all throughout the bay. Really cool to look at, but they definitely fool you. You'll see them out in the distance and you'll think it's a cobia, and it turns out to just be a ray. So we're still on the hunt. Haven't seen any in a while. When we first got out here, we saw a ton, but now it's slowed down a little bit. So if we don't see any for a while, we're gonna put the eyes in the sky. Dennis is gonna send the drone in the air and he'll be able to get a really good view, and hopefully we can spot some from the drone.
No interest. That is a rat. Pop it in his face. No care.
Oh. He got it.
Open it up. Open it. Oh my God.
He munched it a while.
Yeah, no, it takes him a minute.
Well, Dennis, I just missed my first one.
All good.
He actually ate it though. That was the
croaker.
first fish
He
that
munched it.
was the first fish. We saw it out of the corner of our eye, casted the bait to him, and he did a full 360, went towards it,
Smoked it.
didn't get him.
You'll have them on the big job.
User error. For sure, user error.
Most likely. Who let this guy have a YouTube channel?
Crazy.
Twitch again. You got him.
Did you?
Bait! I told you it's user error.
Got him.
On the Trebbies though.
Bring the rod around.
I love it.
Hand me the rod.
Yep.
Couldn't even get the net. That's not even clipped in. Figured thought it was 45.
I was doing what you guys said. I twitched it when you said twitch it, and he just happened to inhale it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. Look, you made another spot. Perfect.
We're gonna harvest this fish. This is gonna be our second one, so anything we catch after this is just purely just gonna be catch and release and fun. I mean, they're two nice sized fish, plenty of meat. Don't need to kill a big breeding 60-pound female. So just to show you guys the size comparison, notice that these two fish are almost identical in length, but look at how much fatter this one is right here. This is a female, so she's probably full of eggs. And these males are scouring the bay right now looking for a breeding female. So that way they can pair up, and they actually lay their eggs in something called eelgrass, which Andrew was telling us about. And that's what these fish are in here doing right now. So we've seen, I'd say like 12 or so fish today. Most of them uninterested, because when fish are in spawning modes, they're either doing two things. They're extremely aggressive and eating everything, or they want nothing to do with your bait. These two fish wanted to eat though. They're cool looking fish. I mean, if you guys look, they're unlike anything else. I mean, they're not like a mackerel, they're not like a tuna. They got these flat heads, super hard. Their morphology is unlike any other fish. They're very unique.
It's a pelagic catfish. Pretty much a
Essentially.
pelagic catfish. Like big, strong jaws. They eat everything that gets in their path.
Really?
I'm pretty sure
And just chomps it down.
I'm gonna just lure fish from here on out. Pressure's off, you know, we got two fish in the boat. I wanna have some fun. The proper way, the traditional way, is to catch them with a lure. It's fun, because you're actually enticing them to eat.
Right here on the left side. Coming out the back. So you see him?
Yeah.
All over. Oh,
There he is!
Tight.
Ah! Smoked the NLBN. These fish were hot on it, man. Is it recording or no? go. This has to be one of the sickest fisheries. You're driving around all day, getting multiple shots at fish on top water, casting baits at them, casting lures at them. Amazing eating fish as well. Woo!
Yeah! 40-inch fish.
Yeah! Oh look, bait's out. Gotta give some love to the boys back home. NLBN, 5-inch paddle tail.
We love them here.
So let's see. So we got our 2 fish to harvest. Let's see if you're gonna freak out on me. I'll let him do its thing for a little bit. One thing you want to avoid if you ever catch cobia, you see these spines up here? These will rip you to shreds.
Oh, I knew that.
That is like a freaking T-Rex back right there. Look at that thing. One last look at her. She gone. And the nice thing about these fish is they release really well. I always feel bad when we fish for fish, catch and release, and you know they don't survive well. These things, they'll flop around on the deck. Really good release rate on these. Straight ahead, right? I don't see him any. Oh, there he is. You see him, Dennis? Right in front of the bow. Nice. Kind of turned.
Just gotta throw it in that direction.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Okay.
What was up with that pitch, huh, Stanley?
Oh, he's on!
Oh, God.
Got him on the popper.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
On the pop ski?
There's no way. There's no way.
On the popper!
Popper.
He is not happy. Oh, he wants to catch it.
You catch it. That's all yours.
You really
Oh, he
did.
came off.
No.
Right in front of the boat, Jordan. Where? Right up in the boat wake.
Oh, hot on it.
Hey!
Stanley, you better charge. He's going under the boat.
Oh, he just pulled hooks.
Say it again.
Pulled the hooks. Yeah, went under the boat, started digging, threw it in reverse, and the hook just came loose. Unfortunately.
Sounds like user error to me.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He made the cast. I didn't. He's moving slow, huh? Smoked it! Yes! Hold on, let me go. Dude, he smoked it.
Right at the boat, dude, that's crazy.
Man, Dennis spotted the last 2 cobia, guys. It's been slow. We have not been seeing very many fish. It's kind of like that middle of the day lull. Capt says that during this time of day, they usually kind of sink down. They're not really sunning themselves. But this one was just slow moving. What I love about these fish is you get these really aggressive head shakes. They got a lot of weight in that head and they just wiggle it back and forth. Super important not to get loose on them, otherwise they'll shake that hook. Let's bring them back here. She's still got a lot of life in her.
It's 40-inch fish all day of the week. 40.
That's insane. So our minimum, it's a 33 in Florida, right? Yeah. Not 36, 33 inches. So this is a respectable fish in Florida. And this is like on the smaller side of what they catch around here. Once again, 5-inch paddle tail and LBN, but honestly, these things are not picky. Jordan got one on a popper earlier. Stanley's caught one on like a, I don't know, kind of like a glide bait type thing.
Andy.
The thing is just getting something in front of their
43.
face. 43 inches? It's a nice fish.
Not bad fish at all.
Okay, so they have a special method for reviving these fish. Got a little lip gaff right there.
Put it in gear.
Now Andrew's gonna put the boat in gear and we're just gonna revive it a little bit, get water rushing past its gills.
Great job.
Thank you, brother. This is a fishery I've dreamed of fishing ever since I was a little kid. I've always heard about these giant cobia in the bay, and not just giants, but a lot of them. Like, these guys say that they'll have fish, they'll have days where they're gonna see 200 fish. So I wanted to see what they think about the fishery and how it's been managed over the years, because it's a really controversial fishery, especially because these fish are highly migratory. These are the exact same fish they've actually tagged, and they've gotten relocated all the way in Miami. So they've tagged a fish here, ended up in Miami, because they do this big swing, they go up into the Gulf, and then they come back down. So when you think about fisheries and being regulated in one state, you kind of got to have all the states connected and talking to each other, because what they do here affects us down there and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, I've been cobia fishing here for like 10 years, and I've seen a dramatic increase in numbers. I mean, not as many big fish as there used to be, but there's a ton more fish. I mean, you can come out here any day of the week and see 20, 30 fish, even on the rough days. In July, when they start breeding up top, we'll see upwards of 200 fish later in July. Don't catch as many, but it's just good to see the numbers.
What did the limits used to be back in the day?
It was 6 fish per boat, and I think the minimum was 33 inches.
Okay.
And that, if it's still like that, it'd shut our population down really quick. I'm glad they put this moratorium on them like we have now, 2 fish per boat. Just 2 cobias. I mean, there's enough meat in here to, there's a ridiculous amount of meat in this box. Those 2 fish.
Very good.
So what makes the Chesapeake Bay special? It's actually the 3rd world's largest estuary. We got, I think, was it 5 or 6 rivers that feed into here, and it mixes with the Atlantic Ocean right on the right of us, and it just creates like almost like a big nursery for these fish. They kind of tuck in here and they do their thing, they breed, and then they can, once they get bigger, they can shoot on out. I mean, the ocean's what, 5 miles from here, and then you go 20 miles this way and you're getting into more and more fresh water. It's crazy. It's definitely makes for an interesting fishery here.
So they're also kind of an awkward fish to fillet, because you see their head is flat. It's not like a snapper grouper that's gonna lay like that. They're very rounded, and it makes your fillet kind of roll all over the place. But other than that, they're still easy to fillet. So just right there behind the head, see, he's already trying to go away from me. Gonna swivel my knife, got it on the outside of that spine, work my way down. And I can honestly say this is the biggest cobia you guys have ever seen on the channel, biggest cobia I've ever caught, and the biggest cobia I've ever filleted too. Okay, now I'm just gonna work back up towards the head. Knife is on the spine.
What kind of knife is that?
This is an 8-inch Dexter Max Flex, and you guys can actually save 20% off all Dexter knives. Use my code LANDSHARK. So right now I'm right on top of the cobia's backbone. And then here's a tricky part. They got a pretty big rib cage and a gnarly set of pin bones, so you got to break through those pin bones right there, just like I did. The pin bones attach the rib cage to the spine and the flesh. Kind of get my knife right on top, just like that. Now I'm gonna grab this, and here's a little fillet tip you can do too. If you put a little indent in the cobia's skin, just like so, you can place your finger in it and now your meat's not gonna fold over. You got something to hold on to. So on top of those ribs, down on the other side of the backbone, and that's why I like this knife. It has a lot of flex to really contour to pretty much any fish's body. And voila, look at that. That is some good looking fish. We don't get cobia a whole lot down by us. It's always a nice special treat. And I'm interested to see how this fish compares to our Florida fish, because you saw all those bunker in there. Bunker are incredibly oily. So I'm assuming this is gonna be a much richer, oilier fish than our Florida fish. So we're gonna continue to fillet up these fish, and I think we're cooking for 15 people tonight. So I'll see you guys there. Faster, Stanley, faster. Come on, faster. Andale. You missed your line.
Yes, chef.
You know, you gotta yell it. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Listen,
They're not poor neighbors.
you told me 15 people. This looks like more like a 20-person operation. We're cooking for 20 people. I got everyone working.
Lucky for you, I don't eat fish, so that's 19 people.
You don't eat fish?
No, no.
Well, he eats rice.
We're cutting him out in the video.
This is meant.
Dude, that's. Oh, my skin is on fire.
You fake Asian.
I never cooked with ginger. I use the ginger paste. It's so much easier.
paste?
It's not as good though. All right, guys, we are at Andy's girlfriend's house. One of the nicest houses I've ever seen. My dream kitchen. 6-burner gas setup right there. Beautiful property. Wait till you guys see outside. I got my sous chefs in the kitchen. They're not doing anything.
Yes, chef. Oh, wait. You didn't say anything, chef.
Please instruct me.
You should know what to do.
I need your humble guidance.
I don't even know what you're making yet.
Oh,
You
all right.
told us.
All right. We're gonna do a little grilled sweet lime chili cobia. I'm gonna do like a bok choy coconut milk, kind of like a curry with vegetables to go on top of a little cilantro lime rice. And that's it.
That's it?
That's it. What do you want?
Vic is sexy when he talks about food.
How many people?
The slow
are
talk.
you cooking
I'm gonna
for?
make
We're
some bok
doing
choy with coconut milk. And
Coconut milk pop.
I've never also cooked with bok choy.
Dude, they're fake Asian.
I am.
gonna tell him.
I am.
He looked at me when you said bok choy and he went.
Yeah, he said cut the skin
Which
off the
one
bok
is
choy.
that?
Yeah. What vegetable? This look like bok choy?
No. What are you doing, Stanley? You're laying around.
Making sure the limes are up to par.
That's not a bad job. I got 3 sous chefs actually. Cat took over there. Because Stanley doesn't know how to grate ginger apparently.
He gave up.
Not eat fish. Or
We're gonna work on the bok choy, coconut milk, and all that. I'm gonna go in with some olive oil, get the bottom of that pot coated. And now in our stock pot for the rice, I'm gonna go in with a good amount of olive oil as well. We're gonna toast the rice with some garlic and olive oil first. So I just wanna toast the rice a little bit, get it nice and aromatic, mix it with that olive oil. Now going in with some onions into this pot. So I'm gonna go in with some garlic powder for the cilantro lime rice. All right, we got 24 cups of water going on the rice. Now that's nice and toasty. Gonna add some salt to the water. So our rice is nice and salty. So since these cobia were pretty big, you guys see these steaks are fat and I wanna cook them on the flat top outside. And I don't wanna dry them out, so I'm gonna thin them out a little bit. And I'm just gonna cut them right down the middle. Just thin them out. It's gonna give you a much more even cooking time with your fish. Onions got some color, nice and translucent. Garlic and ginger, a ton of it. And I want to let this really infuse with the oil. Let that garlic and ginger incorporate. I'm gonna do a little red curry paste. Get that umami flavor. I want some depth of flavor in there. All right, we're gonna add in some sesame oil as well. That curry paste, ginger, garlic, onion, all coming together. Gonna go in with some tomatoes, let these cook down. So we got 2 shape pans full of the cobia. We're gonna cook them on the flat top outside. I already hit the other side with just salt, pepper, garlic powder. Best combination of spices right there. And I like to season my fish ahead of time, especially with the salt, because you basically are brining your fish. You know, that salt is gonna get absorbed into the meat and flavor it. So I'm gonna drop my heat quite a bit. I just wanted my tomatoes to cook down a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with 4 cans of coconut milk. It's gonna give it a really good richness and give us a lot of broth to go over that rice and fish. I'm gonna add some basil to this mixture right here, because this is gonna be really rich. That coconut milk is super rich, the sesame oil, and I wanna lighten it up a little bit with some lime juice.
So I'm talking about.
You are a child. You are a child.
Kids table tonight.
I don't know what's going on over here, but we have dino nuggies.
Listen, Stanley hasn't
apparently
changed.
he doesn't like any fish or shellfish, right?
None. Not even lobster.
He's crazy.
Final thing going into this mixture, we got some bok choy that Andy cut up for me. Thank you so much. Even though he didn't know what bok choy was.
Yeah, sorry. Not good. Not good. Not good.
You guys, I know bok choy as fluffy leaf.
Yes.
Rice is done, so now we're gonna hit it with some more salt, and then a bunch of cilantro. Someone want to mix this? Dude, this is nice. This 6-burner stove inside, big flat top grill, propane grill, smoker. They got it all at this house. Gonna go in down with some oil on the flat top. All right, we got fire now. We had a little technical difficulty with the flat top grill, but she's cranking now. So since I got some smaller, thinner fillets, I'm gonna start flipping the smaller ones. We got a good amount of color on one side, and I'm just kind of weaving through, because those big ones are not gonna cook. They're gonna take a while to cook, but look at that color. They're all flipped now. So in here, I just got basic store-bought sweet chili, cut with a little lime, and we're gonna go right on top of our fish and just kind of let that marry into there. It is done. Just check the thickest piece. A good way to check about if your fish is done and they're cooked all the way through. And I wanted to put that sweet chili lime sauce at the end, because if you put it on in the beginning, it's gonna kind of burn. But if you put it on at the end, it's just gonna get a little bit warmed up, caramelized with those sugars. It's a really good finishing flavor for a fish, I think. And then cutting it with that lime juice, because a sweet chili lime sauce is pretty sweet. Give it that little acid pop. That's a good looking plate of cobia, if I say so. So let's make one little plate for the captain, because he does all the, well, the mates do all the work.
Oh,
Let's be real here.
Yeah, the mates do all.
You get to yell at them all day.
Yeah, big shout out to Luca and
Jordan.
Yeah, y'all did a good job today.
So we got our rice. We got our cilantro lime rice. And then I'm gonna go in with this delicious coconut milk, kind of curry mixture with that bok choy and everything, and those tomatoes. And then we gotta get Andy a good piece of cobia with that sweet chili. Here you go, my friend.
Let me try it. Girl. Get everything in there. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. Usually, okay, to be honest with you, cobia is like not my favorite thing to eat. This is really good. Like seriously, really
Good.
good.
With that reaction, he can come and eat at my house anytime. I'll take that.
It's seriously real good. Everybody slide down some.
You have water?
Yes.
That is legitimately.
Everybody keep sliding down.
I'm also not a big
John,
fan of
sit right
cobia.
here.
Andy.
Just like Andy. This is the best cobia I've ever had.
Yeah,
Ever.
It's
Ever.
seriously.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm with Andy. I hate eating cobia, but this is pretty good.
This is legit. And if it's from Jordan,
It's from Jordan.
that's
it's
real.
good. He's picky.
I'm a very big eater for something.
No, I'm letting Vic.
This is honestly the best cobia I ever had. You guys were talking about like how it would compare to our Florida fish. These fish are fatty. They're good. Like the flake of this fish, it's so much softer than our fish. Our fish is really lean. You can taste that this fish has been eating menhaden. It's good.
Yeah, it's higher. I think it has a higher fat content.
Because they're eating
Makes
bunker.
it, yeah.
Super
They eat-
buttery.
All they eat is bunker when they come into the bay, so it's just nothing but those omega-3s.
It's the Wagyu of the Chesapeake Bay.
You can see the fat in it while it's cooked.
Here we have the elusive frozen food wild cobia, shaped in a Christmas tree and dinosaur.
With bok choy.
At least eat the vegetables.
Dude, you gotta get one little bite on camera.
This vegetable
Come on.
is pretty sick.
Stanley.
Stanley, one little bite on camera.
Wow, that's a big bite. Back up.
Back out.
Open up, buddy. If you let me cook in your kitchen, I'll cook for you anytime.
This is the best cobia I've ever had. And Andy cooked some last night. Nowhere. This is the deal here.
Sorry, Andy.
I threw you under the bus.
I'm not a Michelin star chef, okay? I'm not a Michelin star chef.
Hey, this is the best cobia.
I want to thank you guys so much for watching. None of this would be possible without my man Andrew right here. Jordan, Luca worked really hard as mates, put us on the fish, casted a few fish, and most of all, they were the most important thing, they were the eyes. Yeah. These three guys see a cobia before we do any day of the week. It's insane. If you guys want to book a trip like this, it is so much more than a fishing trip. It is family dinners to come, and that's what I like about fishing, is it brings people together. You see all these people sharing stories, just living life, and it's amazing. So thank you, brother.
Of course.
Check out his site. I'm going to have it linked below. And that's it. It's a wrap.
See y'all.